A lot of us experience body shaming in our childhood. तू मोटा है, तू कितना पतला हो गया है, कुछ खाया पिया करो, stuff like that. And these type of demeaning remarks leave a scar on our mindset. Our insecurities regarding our bodies grow, and not everybody is able to move on from that. Some of them step up their game and start working on these insecurities and even go on to improving their bodies. Maybe that's the reason we have so many fitness freaks around us. And the fun part is that you don't need to be a maniac to be called fit. A fit person is someone who adopts a healthy lifestyle. Do exercise daily, be conscious about what you eat, and say goodbye to your lazy ass sitting on that couch. That is what makes a person healthy and fit. Since we are already talking about health and fitness, I'm glad to tell you that we have a fitness enthusiast with us on this episode today. His name is Guneet Talwar. He is an engineering undergrad, a programmer by choice, and a bodybuilder by passion. Well, now you know the reason for the name of this episode. A down to earth man with a great physique, and he has always been an A grader, which definitely makes me wonder even if he's real, because he looks like someone straight out of a Hollywood teen show. Just wait and listen. You will soon know why I'm saying all these things. Anyways, our focus will be primarily on bodybuilding, and we will get to know more about his personality. Okay, let's just get into a conversation with him. Hey Guneet, how's it going?
Hi Ashutosh. Thanks for the lovely introduction. There isn't really much left that I could say about introducing myself. But anyways, hi. My name is Guneet Singh Talwar. I'm currently a second year computer science student at Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala. I'm also very passionate about fitness and in particular bodybuilding. Especially since the last 4 years, I've spent a lot of my time researching and working hard on improving myself as a person, both physically and mentally. I think this is all I could talk about myself right now.
Coming straight to the point, tell us all about your fitness journey. Like, how did you start it? How long have you been into fitness and bodybuilding? Basically, everything.
Well, all through my younger years, I wasn't a lot into sports. I've always been a big foodie. So, yeah, I was overweight, and I had just joined the Lawrence School Sanar. This was at the age of 12 in class 7. And about a year after that, I got into playing squash. I was really good at the game, but my fitness was a major issue. In order to get better, my coach and I started putting a lot of effort into improving my fitness. Before I knew it, I had lost a tremendous amount of weight and looked and felt so much better. I even became a national level squash player, and this had a major effect on my game. Then, seeing these changes, I really just got addicted to improving myself. Started with calisthenics about 4 years back and entered the gym around 2.5 years back. I've come a long way since then.
Okay, you mentioned about your boarding school. For people like me who have no clue about boarding schools, how would you describe yours to them?
Well, talking about my life in school really is nostalgic. Day boarding schools in today's day are mostly focused on academics, and I feel that there is a lot of pressure on the students. Even in our school, a lot of the focus was on academics, but there was a lot more to do. A ton of activities, all in one place, focused a lot more on overall development. The main thing about a boarding school is that phones aren't allowed. You get to call home once or twice a week, but the only social media we were connected to was the social life in school. Everybody knew everybody, and almost every friendship was the truest it could have been. When your parents tell you कि हमारे टाइम पे फोन नहीं थे, we used to go out and play, trust me, I can understand them. That's how life in boarding schools is.
That's so cool, man. Would you like to give any message to your friends from school?
To any of my friends who are listening to this right now, I'd say that no matter how much we joke about it, you must remember our school motto, which said never give in. Also, DM me a thumbs up emoji on Instagram so I know you listen to this podcast.
Good, great, man. Coming back to bodybuilding, and we all have ups and downs in life, and specifically fields of work and stuff. What has been your high point and low point from your journey of working out?
My journey, like everyone else's, has had tons of ups and downs. I remember times when I used to get up at 4 in the morning to play squash and be at the gym at 5 because I had class in the evening. But the lowest point of my whole fitness journey has to be the time when I was having my major examinations during our boards and JE. I couldn't keep up with my eating habits. I would still exercise. I was very passionate about the gym, so I used to go to the gym every single day. But I did let myself get a little out of shape. Coming back from that was tough because I had gotten so used to seeing myself in the mirror and being happy about it because I looked so good. But then you can always come back from something. And after that, it's been a long time, a lot of research, a lot of physical activity, a lot of effort. And finally, I've improved a lot ever since.
Guneet, I have observed that you are very active on your Instagram and you post stuff related to fitness regularly. And I see that you upload fitness videos on YouTube as well. What is your motive to do this all? Do you like want to be an influencer or a content creator, or is it something else?
Being an influencer isn't my end goal, but creating content is something I really like. YouTube for me just started out as an experiment and an exposure, more about the process, recording videos, editing them, posting them, sharing them. I enjoyed that. But I enjoy it so much now that I love it when people come and DM me on Instagram and ask me about fitness, and I can help them out. My goal isn't to be a professional trainer, at least not for now, but I do enjoy helping people and showcasing whatever little knowledge I have on the platform. It adds to my credibility. In the future, if I have to tell someone that I'm good at this job, I could just show them my YouTube channel. Because I feel in today's day and age, degrees are important, but not every certified nutritionist has enough practical knowledge. And something like YouTube, where you are talking your heart out, where you're talking as much as you can about your knowledge, you're imparting knowledge to people, I feel that is the best a person can do.
Do you really mean when you say that you don't want to be a professional trainer? I mean, keep your options, right?
So, not as of
No
now.
problem.
Maybe in the future my plans change, but right now I don't think I really want to focus on fitness training as a profession. I have my engineering going on, but this is definitely a side hustle I absolutely enjoy.
Fair enough. Keeping the gym aside, what have you been doing if you weren't in an engineering college?
Now, this is a question most of my friends would already be able to answer. I would have definitely been in Bombay and giving tons of auditions day in and day out. I've had a keen interest in dramatics, and it has probably played a huge role in shaping my personality. So, yes, if I wasn't doing engineering right now, I would have definitely been giving auditions and trying to get into the film industry.
Wow, is there something left that you can't do? But, coming back to the podcast topic, I myself have been into bodybuilding for more than a year now. And the most important thing that I have learned is that I have to be conscious about my diet. Does this happen with you also? Are you always conscious about what you are eating?
Definitely, Ashutosh. Diet is one of the most important aspects of looking and feeling good. This is something almost everyone who is into fitness has to agree. I always take care about the food I eat. I am always conscious about it. Like I said earlier, I'm a foodie. So I allow myself fast foods at times, but my diet mostly constitutes the foods I love. And that is very important because unless you enjoy what you eat, there is no way you're going to stick to it. And consistency is key.
Yeah, bro, I too love the cheat days. Now we'll do something interesting. I will speak a statement regarding working out and fitness, and you have to either justify or nullify it. Tell me if it is a myth or a fact. Ready?
Ready.
First, a fit body is not made in the gym, it is made in the kitchen. What is your take on it?
I'd say that definitely is a fact, but I would also like to say that you cannot outtrain a bad diet and you cannot outeat a bad training regime. It's 100% effort everywhere.
Fair enough. Second, you have to be a non vegetarian to get all the proteins you need.
That is definitely To some point true, but I'm not going to say that it is 100% true. Definitely makes it easier if you're a non-vegetarian because the protein sources available are more. But where there is a will, there is a way. And sky is the limit when you know and have enough knowledge. Tons of sources like soya, paneer, tofu, moong dal, Greek yogurt, etc. are available for the vegetarians. So if they want to do something, they definitely can.
That's true. It is really a struggle for vegetarians out here. Coming to the next point, third, supplements are necessary to get abs or big muscles.
Supplements again make it a little easier if your protein requirement is high, but you don't need them. Having one scoop of whey is the same as having 8 egg whites, but they are just a supplement to your diet, an addition, not a replacement. You need to have a perfectly in place diet and then add a supplement to actually see any change.
Well, that's the most crystal clear explanation I have ever had. Moving on, fourth point, working out has a negative impact on your height.
This is, I think, the most asked question in India. If your form is good and you know what you're doing, there is no way your height will be affected. There have been so many researches on this. In fact, if you do it right, it may actually help you increase your height.
Okay, next one, rest days are not compulsory.
This is very neglected, I feel, because people do not give enough time to their rest, and recovery is equally important, if not more, than your stimulus. I basically mean that resting is as important as your workout. You need to give your body time to heal if you want it to grow.
Well. These insights are really great and breaks the rules and nullifies all the myths. And I feel like any person who was held back by these thoughts would definitely start working out after these clarifications. But we still see instances where someone would start working out and they do it for a month or two and then the energy and the passion dies out. Now we can always motivate them to just do it and stuff, but what I think would be great is how about you tell us what gymming and working out has given you over the years, and I'm sure once they see what the end results are, they would thrive to go all the way. So tell us, how have you improved and grown on personal and professional levels?
Working out and gymming has given me so much that I actually can't explain. It has made me a lot more confident. It has taught me the values of discipline. It has taught me time management, patience, and it has also taught me one very important thing, that smart work is so much greater than hard work, because people can go into the gym and train for hours and not see any results. Unless you work smart, you're not going to get results. It has also made people see me in a different light. People earlier used to actually mess with me quite a lot, and I know that this sounds very kiddish, but if on the street tomorrow you have a fight and the person does not want to fight you back, I'm pretty sure that makes a difference in your life. It also makes me feel good about myself. And I feel that working out is a blessing. I'm so grateful that I can do it and improve myself. I can improve on my physique and as a person. Many people do not even get to do that.
Well, I couldn't agree with you anymore. So far, so good. But it all sounds too good to be true. I think that nobody can be that perfect. Everybody has their imperfections. What is your imperfection? And are you working on it?
I have to say that I'm not very empathetic. There have been times when a friend would come to me and he would need consoling from me. And I really am not good at emotionally relating and helping people. So many of the times I've actually made matters worse. So that is one point which I feel is very important. Empathy is something everyone should have, and I lack there. I'm not going to say that I cannot hold a conversation with someone who needs my help, but I definitely am not good at helping them out if they are feeling down. I can sometimes relate, but in most situations, I would just try and run from the situation instead of actually staying and helping. I am trying to improve this because I feel it is very important. And I do my best every single time friend comes to me. Every single time I would try and help them more. And I'm trying my best to improve on this because I feel at a professional level, this is also something you seriously need. Empathy is something I lack, and I feel that I need to improve on this.
Since fitness is a lonely journey, all you have to do is on your own. What else have you done to, work as a part of a team and showcase any other skill that you possess?
Like I said earlier, I was in a boarding school, and there was a concept of houses. I'm sure there is something like that in day boarding schools as well. Something like a blue house, a yellow house, a green house, a red house. And all of these houses have matches together. So even our school had the same concept. I've played a number of team sports for my house in school, things like hockey, basketball, soccer, cricket. And all of these things have taught me a lot about teamwork. I've also been a lot into dramatics, and dramatics is all about creating art together with. I remember just the four of us used to be sitting on the set and thinking about how this particular scene could have been made better. Apart from all these co curricular activities, I've also participated in a number of technical fests in college and also a number of college hackathons. One of these hackathons was a national level hackathon in NIT Jalandhar. Our team was selected in the top 30 out of 700 plus teams from the whole country. There, the four of us worked on a project on switching off lights by image recognition. It achieved a lot of appreciation. Other than this, I've also been part of an internship program in Egypt. I worked with a startup company named Bit68, where my main job was a front end developer. I remember sitting with businessmen and talking for hours with them about how they want their website to look. It was a great experience. There were a number of programmers there. I was personally a junior developer because I do not have as much experience as those working at a high post in the company. So I used to sit with the senior developers in the company and discuss about how I could make that project better. And that has taught me a lot about the technical side and also the teamwork side of working in companies. That's all.
One thing I'm confused about is Student of the Year made on you?
I wish.
Anyways, the last question for this episode would be, what advice would you like to give to those who want to start working out and be fit?
I would want them to understand and remember their why. Everyone has a reason to why they started out. I started out to get better at my game. From there on, I kept improving and my goals kept changing as I achieved them. This will happen with everyone. Everyone will start off with some or the other reason, but they must remember that why. Every time they want to quit, I think they should remember why they started. And I know this is a very famous Google quote, but is actually very true. You can have any reason, just remember it throughout. I would also advise them to set both short term and long term goals. I know I'm getting technical, but it is very important to set short term and long term goals so that achieving the short term goals keeps you motivated and achieving the long term goals is easier. For example, if I say I want to increase my deadlift by 100 kgs, that's not going to happen in a week. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks. It may take 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, even more. So for something like that, I should set short-term goals like improving 2 kgs, 3 kgs every week. So as and when I achieve them, I am motivated and able to stick to my long-term goal, which is the 100 kgs. And also remember that working out is a blessing. Like I had said earlier, some people do not have time, some people do not have the money, and some people are born with disabilities. So if you're actually able to go to the gym and work on your body, work on yourself mentally, it is something that you must do. I would also recommend the new lifters to leave their ego outside the gym. I've seen a lot of people who go in there and mess up badly. They end up getting injured. So I would definitely tell them that if they are stepping into the gym, they should hire a coach or probably keep someone who has better knowledge than them about it, who will guide them throughout their journey. That is all.
Well, that is it. Thank you, Gunit, for being on this podcast. I have learned a lot of things myself, and I'm going to imply them as well in my fitness routine. Thank you guys for listening. This was the episode. I Am a Bodybuilder, featuring Guneet Talwar. You can check out his Instagram and YouTube handles. I will provide the link in the description. We will be back next week with a new guest on the podcast, Edge of Teenage. Until then, you can follow me on my Instagram and LinkedIn to get the latest updates. Signing out, Ashutosh.